All right, I'm looking at the Fibble. This is a game that's just like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie, and they're starting us with graft, which is interesting. I'm thinking grant. Yeah, go for some contradictions. Okay, well, one of the G's is a lie, one of the A's is a lie, everything else is true. Very nice. So could we have, if the G were true, that would mean the yellow A is true. So, gamut? Gamut would work. Okay. Well, again, one of the G's is a lie, so there's definitely, oh, we already knew there was an A. We know this is true. Yeah, we didn't get any other contradictions. Interesting, though. So only one of these three G's can be right. But if there's an A second, let's see. If there's an A second, then this is the lie, this is true, these are both lies, and those would both be true, which is not possible. So actually, we can't have an A second, and we know there is an A, so this has to be true. So if there's a G at the beginning, then it has to be AT, like that. Is there something that works that way? I don't know. Not that I'm thinking of, so I don't think we can have a G at the beginning, which means the A in the middle has to be true, I think. And then there's no G. Oh, in fact, this can't be true. Because both of those would be lies, and these would both be trues, which doesn't work. Same as we said if there was an A second. That whole thing is just to say this can't be true. This has to be a lie. Okay, so these are true. So I think there's no G. That's what I'm thinking. And so we just have the A and the T, and we could do... Shaft? No, there's no F. What comes between the A and the T? There's no R, there's no F. Shout? Sure. Okay, well, we know this is true. I feel like... Can we do this? No, we can't, because then the H would have to be... if the S is true, then the L... Well, unless there's another thing like this... I don't think there is, so I'm thinking if the S is true, then there's no L. But then what comes between the A and the T? I don't think that's gonna work. So the S is the lie then? And there needs to be an L, something like this? Huh. I don't know. The problem is what comes between the A and the T. You could do a double T potentially. Or a CT, but then how does the L? Or what about I? Could we do plate like that? Okay. Well, I mean, well, we know there's an A. We know there's an A. Whether it's third or not, we know there's an A. So that's a lie. This is true. So least. The S is the lie, not because there's no S, but because it's in the wrong place. Oh, it was least. It was least. That was not the least number of guesses I could have taken to get there, but I still only took 5, so not too bad. But, oh, man. I'm trying all these unusual words like shout and plate, and it's least. All right, well, we kind of ran the whole gamut of options there. Not exactly, but kind of, and we got there without too much trouble, but... not as quick as I felt like I should have. So anyways, let me know how your solve of this one went today. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.